First of all, we set up in London, and the real reason I started writing was just simply because I couldn't get a Wi-Fi on the train. So I was going to London.
You said a wife then?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I got one of those in the end. But no, I couldn't get Wi-Fi on the train to London, so I was finding myself going there as we were setting up the London office every week and coming back, and I couldn't do any work. And that was starting to bug me. So I started to just, I don't know what it came to me one day, and I started to write. Then I quite enjoyed it. So I started to write the book, but I didn't know what it was going to be about.
And you went straight for writing a book about business. It wasn't about anything else. It was.
Well, I started with my life, really. So I just started to write about my life. And as I did it, I was kind of flying through it and enjoying it. I didn't know what it would be because we'd not actually started the podcast then. We was thinking of doing the podcasts at the time, but we'd not done any of them. So I just started to write a little bit about the struggle that I had had. But then it turned into like an autobiography, and I thought, oh, fuck, that's no good. That makes me look like I feel like I'm somebody somebody else should read my autobiography, and that's a weird feeling. So so then I like meandered through my life, if you know what I mean, you know, and the struggles and the successes, and I just laid everything out, and that was like I did that over about 3 or 4 months, and that was the first kind of. That was the start of the book, and that was the easiest part of the book.
Yeah.
If anything, it was probably the best part of writing the book too, because all I was really doing is putting my journey down on paper, and doing that was quite therapeutic. Because sometimes you can get lost in how far you've come. I think everybody does that.
For sure.
It's not just in business. I think in life, you know, because you're chasing the next thing, you forget what you've done. And that was a reminder of what I'd done. So it was a reminder, I guess, of where I'd come from. You always write in chapter 1 of every book, here's where I started, you know. And so, yeah, it was quite therapeutic to do. That was the part I enjoyed as well, the most about it. I think there's 5.7 million businesses out there in the UK alone. There's only something like it's a really low figure. There's only something like 10,000 who've got more than 20, 30 staff. So a lot of people are on that journey. And so after I wrote mine, I thought this might be interesting to some people. To keep it real might be interesting. And I thought, of all the books that I've read, they tend to write them when they've got, I don't know if it's a confidence or whatever it is, but they've got the confidence to write about their autobiography because maybe they've been deemed successful. Now, I don't deem myself successful, and I thought maybe that's a good reason to write a book, because when I do write the book, it's going to be with kind of the detail of how tough it is.
Yeah.
Now, if you read other people's biographies, whether it's the Dragons or Alan Sugar or Richard Branson, all those books are all great and I've read them all. But what they don't really do is deal with the hardship it takes. So it's for all those people that are in a struggle. That's who it's for.